Hey. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of 722. I'm live in 722 Studios. I got something I want to talk about today. Today makes 3 years since my niece um was murdered. 365 days times three. That's a lot of days to deal with the hurt, right? We are holding on as a family. But I just want to get on here today to talk about what has been going on the last 3 years since it happened, what has happened, what haven't happened, and how we holding up as a family, right? First off, I'm gonna give y'all a backstory of what happened, right? Give me 1 second. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. I just needed a second, a hot second. I'm back, y'all. Look, I want to give y'all a backstory of what happened, when it happened. It was 3 years ago, July 22nd. Me and my wife, we were sleeping. Um, she woke me up showing me a picture and she was crying. She like, baby, get up, get up, get up. I got up. She like, what this look like? What this look like? I said, what happened? It was a picture of my niece, laid out on the ground. I said, what happened? What that dude then did? I'm naturally thinking it's a baby daddy issue because my niece was pregnant. She would have gave birth to her son, Amiris, a couple months. Um, so I automatically went to that, not knowing where she was at, what was going on. So boom, my wife leave. At this point, my son, Zamari, he was a newborn. He probably was like a month old, maybe. So I stayed home with Zamari, and my wife went out there to the scene where they was at. So I couldn't go back to sleep because the picture was embedded in my head, and it wasn't registered. So I got up. I called my wife. I had to call her a couple of times. She had made it out there. I'm like, forget it. I'm for the guy and get up, get my son, because I didn't want him out there. He was kind of young, so I'm going to get up. I got to be out there for support, right? So, boom, I get out there. It's a chaotic scene. We start hearing stories or whatever. So, the backstory was, and instantly when they told me the story, I'm like, it's a bunch of cowards. If you're going to run around with a gun, with a weapon, and feel like you gangster or you like that, I feel like jump out, get your target, go do your time, or you can run till they catch you and go do your time. I never was a fan of shooting up a crowd or just grabbing your gun and shooting, trying to scare somebody when it's innocent people out here. And of course, my niece was innocent, an angel, a sweetheart. That's her right there. Um, so so my mind straight went to, it's a bunch of coward stuff going on because there's a lot of people in the world and that's what they do. They scared to get caught, so they're not gonna jump out and go hit who they want to hit. So boom, then I started rethinking. I'm like, well, wait, were they cowards? Because they got each other. The two guys who was shooting, they got each other. They hit each other. Both of them got hit. Both of them went to the hospital. So boom, naturally it was a third person, a woman out there who had a gun. They said she was shooting first. You know, it was a whole bunch of stories. What should we believe? We gonna believe my sister-in-law who was there at the scene. So she told us everything that happened. So everybody's story was misconstrued, which we never gonna understand. My whole thing is what has to happen, what needs to happen. People need to realize that the world we living in don't owe us anything. You know, a lot of us, a lot of us moved away from all that to pretty much secure a future for our kids or to put our kids in a better situation than we were in. That can make or break a kid because at the end of the day, I wish my kids could just live a month of what I lived in the VA. If my kids can go there and live for a month, go to school where I went to school with some of the people I went to school with, then they would come back over here. They would appreciate where we live at now and the people they go to school with now. They would appreciate them more. But because they don't even know, it's like whatever. You dig what I'm saying? So, and I said that to say this. My niece was in Sunnyside. And if y'all know what Sunnyside is not a good place to be at. Nah, I don't think it's no good places in South Park. Well, maybe I'm lying. Maybe it is. But Sunnyside is definitely not one of them places, right? And where she was at in Sunnyside was really crazy, right? So things like that's it's probably gonna happen. My whole thing is all of that happened. The two people who were shooting, they got both of them, right? They got them. Boom. After years went by, they wasn't giving us no answer. So the Harris County Sheriff Department, they need to come with some answers because it's been 3 years. So for the first year, we didn't really hear nothing. You know, my brother-in-law, which is her father, Drew, you know, we was in contact with him and asked him, and he was talking to the investigators. They really wasn't doing nothing. So I really don't know what the holdup is, but something needs to happen. I already told my wife 10 times out of 10 they not gonna hit them with no murder. They probably not gonna get a murder charge because that wasn't their target. My niece wasn't their target, so they probably gonna get a manslaughter, 7 years, 10 years. They not gonna go do life. This is something we gotta come to grips with because we just screaming justice, justice, justice. We want justice, but we want to prepare for when they get them, what kind of justice it's gonna be. And to have our psycho in place, we need to be looking at it's probably going to be a light sentence. It's not going to be like a murder charge. You're going to do life without the possibility. 25 to life. It's probably not going to be nothing like that because they weren't looking to shoot my niece. They were shooting at one another, but in the crossfire, she was running and she got hit. So I think they probably going to get manslaughter, but this really needs to happen. Whether they get manslaughter or second degree or whatever they get, it really needs to happen, and it needs to happen like now. Because there's no way. I watch First 48, I watch true crimes on YouTube, I watch a lot of stuff. I watch a whole bunch of stuff. And the way they be moving, let's just put it in these words. If it was one of they people, they would have got them. They would have had both of them locked up until they get the forensics, until they wouldn't have had a bond. Let that have been one of they people. They wouldn't even have a bond. Let's just say a police officer got caught in a crossfire, God forbid, and he ended up dead. Both of them guys would have been still sitting in jail. To forensic or whatever they got going on in my niece's case, whatever they got going on, it wouldn't be going on if it was one of they people. If it was the blue blood, they would already have them guys would be locked up with no bond until they figure out the forensics, the who bullet it was, who gun it came from. Them people gonna sit in there and rot until they get their time. So why these two guys running around Houston still terrorizing stuff? Because from what I hear, one of the guys been to jail 2 or 3 times already again. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I heard. They still running around Houston. So what are they waiting for? Them to get into altercation with somebody else and another innocent person? I think like 2 or 3 innocent people got shot that night. I think the initial report said my niece passed away and somebody else did, but we never heard anything else about the other person. But the man who the bullet grazed his head, he was out there at the scene and telling us how chaotic it was. Bleeding, he still had a little gash in his head that they just patched it up. He didn't want to go to the hospital, but he was blessed. One of the bullets grazed his head. I saw that with my own eyes. The scar, not what happened, because I wasn't there. But here we are 3 years later, still enduring the same pain as it was yesterday it happened. So I felt like I wanted to get on here today because I have kids. I have grown sons. I have teenage sons. We got to do better in the community. We got to do better in the community. When we see something, we got to report it. Everything can't be about being a snitch, being snitches get stitches, and everything can't be about that, especially when you got kids coming up in these same wicked streets that love no one. And I know, I was raised in the slums. I know. But back when I was coming up, everyone was family. Everyone was family. If you stayed in the VA and you my mom. Your husband, my pops. I'm y'all son. And likewise with Ora May, with my moms. Miss Deborah Ann kids was my mom kids. My mom kids was Miss Deborah Ann kids. It was all, we were family. Nowadays, you can't even say nothing to a person kids. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta do better as bringing back the culture of it takes a village. It takes a whole village to raise one child, to raise one kid. Mom and dad can do it, but it's a lot of kids with 2-parent households who end up doing 50 years in jail. Why? Why? It's because the rest of the people wasn't looking out for them. So people around them were looking out for them to say, chill, your mom didn't raise you like that. Your pops didn't raise you like that. You need to chill. Woo woo woo. If you're not doing that, you losing. I want everybody in my neighborhood to know my kids. If y'all see them doing something wrong, they need to, yes, call my phone. Get them in line. It's ways to get them in line without cursing them out or hitting them or doing something like that. You can threaten with calling the parents, but don't threaten call me. You see what I'm saying? We gotta do better. In our community, we losing too many young kids to the streets. We losing too many of our young kids who want to live the lifestyle with the bling bling, with the money. So they going out and do other. No, as a kid, my OGs wouldn't let me do that. We gotta do better. And I'm saying that today on 7/22, as we celebrate the anniversary of the passing of my niece, because it's definitely a celebration, because this wicked world, when you pass away and you go be with God and you live in that good life, it's probably an escape from this wicked world. A lot of people don't want to die, but living on this earth and what we see going through and what we got going on, like, it's just crazy. So we got to do better. The culture all jacked up. Like, it's just too much fraud. It's too much fake and fraud. And I think part of the reason is social media. Social media then screwed up everything. Then changed lives of people. You can live one life on your phone, but live a whole different life in your home. You dig what I'm saying? So everything on the phone Might look like golden skies, golden bridges, golden rims on the car. It looks like that. Everything that glitter is not gold. So everything that look good, it ain't always good. And that's what's going on social. So on social, when people start living that life, that changes everything. So we got a lot of people that's beginning to crash out because of social, because what they portraying on social, and when it comes to real life and they get exposed, now they ready to die about it. If you expose me, you gotta die. If you do this, you gotta die. Like, that's crazy. But that's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. We gotta do better as a whole. We gotta do better. And I will continue to speak about this. I just feel like I wanted to load up and get a little something out of my chest, because 3 years later, we still haven't got any answers for my niece. So I was riding a day at work. I'm like, I'm going to load up when I get home. I'm going to speak about this because this needs to be spoken about. Harris County Sheriff Department, we need answers. This was a daisy. God came down and picked this flower. Out of all the flowers, he came pick this daisy. He got him a winner too. He got him a good one. He got him a good one. It was nothing that I could ask my niece that she wouldn't do. And I've been around since she was yay to a duck. And all the way till she passed. I know she up there telling them, Uncle Chevy, he really him. He really, I know she is. I know she is. I know she is. And she gone because some guys had some weapons. They had some problems. They didn't know how to handle it like men. So they handled it like animals. We just gonna spar it out here in the park with all these innocent people, and it's dark out here. People trying to, like, yeah, nah, it shouldn't have happened like that. It shouldn't have happened like that. It's a lot of shots, a gang of shots. The car that rolled out of there had about 10, 15 holes in it. Like, they were really out there shooting on some shoot, reload, shoot, reload. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know, but that's what it looked like to me. But all of that, you see what we got out of it? It's crazy, right? So we need answers. We need answers. Y'all see this video? Send it to the sheriff department. Send it wherever y'all want to send it. Drop them daisies down low for my niece. She was a fan of the daisies. We got daisies all through the house. Drop them daisies down low in the comment. 722. We will always remember my niece, who was brutally taken from us July 22nd, 2023. And here we are, July 22nd, 2026, still with no answers. Harris County Sheriff Department, the investigators who on the case, we need answer. Her father need answers. Her mother need answers. Her brothers need answers. And all the rest of the family, we need answers. We really need answers. Because right now, them guys just running around here like nothing will never happen. 3 years later, oh, yep, I did that. Ain't nothing happened. They still running around here. Let's not wait till it's too late and they get their hands on more weapons at some barbecue and do the same foolishness that they done on July 22nd, 2023. No one, and when I say this, I mean it, no one should have to bear this pain or bear the pain that my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law went through of bearing their child at 21 years old. Haven't even had a chance to live a life. Was pregnant with a baby boy. Really? This is a case that y'all gonna sit on the back burner? This is the case that Harris County Sheriff Office is going to sit on the back burner. A 21-year-old princess growing to be a queen that is pregnant with a prince. Huh? No. That should be on the front of the iron. That's not in the background. No, we don't need that. We need this approached just like any other murder would be approached, especially if it was a blue blood. We want the same energy. We want the same energy. That's it. Just give us the same energy. Y'all got the mans. Y'all got them. So what we waiting on? What are we waiting on? We really need answers, man. We really do. We really do. But man, I was looking at my Instagram today. It's a lot of hurt people. It's a lot of hurt people on my timeline from this. And when I say that, it maybe sound like I'm contradicting myself because I just talked about social media and how people can be different people. But no, I knew her. So I know the love she had for everyone was genuine. So people, it probably was some fake love while she was here, but everybody knew her. So everybody that's posting, that's saying, okay, 3 years later, it's genuine because they know she was a genuine individual. She was very genuine, humble, loved by a lot of people. Autumn Lachey Valium. Autumn Lachey Valium. Was brutally murdered July 22nd, 2023. Here it is 3 years later. We need answers. And I'm going to leave that right there for the sheriff's department. We need answers. We got to do better, Houston. People dropping like flies. People getting murdered every day. So I know it's hard. But 3 years later, and y'all got the 2 people who was shooting, the forensics, y'all got all of this 3 years later, and we still ain't got answers. But people dropping every day. So it's not going to get better. It's not going to get better for y'all. Eventually, y'all going to have to bring this case to the forefront, and y'all going to have to make an arrest or do something because people are dying every day. So every day someone die, y'all got more on y'all plate. So y'all can't keep pushing this to the back burner because we can get this over with and settled. However y'all gonna settle it. Because it's only y'all only gonna get deeper. So let's get some answers. I love y'all, family. I'm gonna get back with y'all. I'm finna enjoy the rest of my day. And long live Autumn Lachey Valium. 722 forever. 21. Love you, baby girl.